Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Philly Old Head Review. Today, I have three special guests. These gentlemen have collaborated on a business, and I'm going to let them expound on that a little bit more, but they've started their own perfume or scent business where they're selling air fresheners for people's vehicles, and started right here in the city of Philadelphia, and they trying to go nationwide and then hopefully international. So without further ado, we're going to get started. I'm gonna let everyone introduce themselves. We'll start with Mr. Khalil, and then we'll work our way around.
Sure. Hi, my name is my name is Mark Barrett, but most of the Islamic community knows me as Khalil inside of Philly and outside of Philly. I'm 50 years old, and I'm a proud father of two daughters, and I am the production and design manager of City Spice. That is my position, and I hold it proudly.
Can we get a close up? I see it sitting behind you on the wall back there, some of your designs.
Not showing if it's showing backwards or not, but this is the poster that advertises our air fresheners. So
no, we see it clearly.
Excellent.
We see it clearly. Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
that's what we're doing. So that's my position. I am the production and design manager of City Spice.
All right, Mr. Montgomery.
My name is Ronell Montgomery. I am the co-founder and COO of City Spice car air fresheners / souvenirs. I'm 38 years old. I have 8 children, and I'm just ready to get everybody in tune with these particular beautiful products that we have.
All right. 8 children. You're almost up there with me, man.
Thank you, brother.
A set of twins, and you're gonna be right there. And then Mr. Stewart.
Yes, sir.
Tell us about yourself.
All right. My name is Khalid Stewart. I'm a 44-year-old Philadelphia native, father of 5 children. Been in the city of Philadelphia all my life. And I'm a founder and CEO of City Spice.
All right. So whose idea was it to, whose brainchild is this, the City Spice?
All right. Bismillah. Me and brother Ronell previously had a moving company around like 2010. That's when we first started our moving venture, with being independent, with being self-employed. And the moving business was pretty lucrative. It was okay. But 1 year in with the moving business, 2011, we started City Spice.
Okay.
So 1 year in with a business, we created another business.
Serial entrepreneurship.
Right.
Okay.
Now, 2011, we already in tune with fragrances and selling body oils and colognes. Musa comes to me and says, it's time for us to venture past, selling oils and colognes. Now, mind you, we already have a moving business that's up and coming. It's moving pretty good. It's
right.
Steady. It's steady.
Okay.
So when Musa comes to me about City Spice, I'm not wary about it, but I'm saying, wow, brother, we got a lot on our plate.
Right.
So what happens is we move on to about 2 more years with the moving business, maybe about 2013 with the moving business, and then we cut it. And we devote completely all of our time towards City Spice Air Freshener Company.
All right. So when you're doing the moving business, is it just you two guys? Did y'all have employees or what?
It's me and Musa, as the owners, and we have various employees. You know, we
Now,
had.
Musa is Ronell because he
I'm
introduced
sorry.
himself as
I'm sorry.
Ronell.
That's Ronell. Me and Ronell had the moving business, and we had various employees. You know, we had box trucks, and it was steady, slow but steady.
Okay. So what happened to your employees? You just had to let them go, huh?
No, not actually. They switched over from S&M business to now City Spice.
Okay. All right. All right. So, Mr. Montgomery, you know, I see you shot him the idea. You know, what was your line of thinking at the time?
At that particular time, like my partner told you, we already in tune with fragrances and good smells.
Right.
And it was just time for innovation in the car air freshener business. Little Tree's been around for over 50 years. They basically got the same design, and we knew that we could come up with something much better, a better product that can be more, you know, personal, rather than it just being this general tree hanging around all the time.
Okay.
And that's the reason why we came up with our first design of Philadelphia, because we're natives and we started there. We also have different designs for different cities. And Brother Khalil could elaborate on that much more if he would like to.
So how many city designs do you have, Khalil?
Well, right now we have 4 designs that's available to the public, and they're these particular designs here.
Mm-hmm.
Or actually, I have the actual pack itself with me. So how we're selling these particular units is that you get 4 of these in a pack, and in each design, picking up from where my brother, Mr. Montgomery, aka Musa, was left off, is that they had an original design already in place. And what I was able to do was just kind of like embellish it a little bit and put windows that are particular to the buildings of Philadelphia.
All right.
Now, I even wanted to kind of backtrack a little bit to let you know when I was introduced to City Spice, and that was in 2015. And I had met our brother and business partner, Colin Stewart. He knew me from the Islamic community in Germantown for doing the Islamic prayer signs and doing people's business logos as a freelance graphic designer. And he approached me about the project in 2015, and he wanted a little prototype design for an air vent, for a car air vent. Okay. It was like a little model, but in the shape of a city. So I did a blueprint design for him, and that's when I first emotionally got invested into City Spice, because I was impressed the fact that he said that he owned it, and it's a legitimate company and it's a legitimate business, and he wanted it to grow. So that kind of got me a little fired up. I did the design for him. He paid me for it, and about a month later, or almost 2 months later, they shipped the prototype design to him, and I was impressed. I was just, it was impressed. It was impressive to see how the manufacturer was able to put our brainchild into reality. And after that, he also was letting me know about the air freshener business and the direction that he wanted to go with it. So we've been, together since 2015, and as of 2019, these babies here kind of basically developed, and we're doing Philadelphia, but we also have other cities in mind in regards to the growth of this company that we've done designs for. They're not out yet, but coming soon.
All right, so you got, he mentioned 4 cities that you currently have designs for. So you have Philadelphia, I would assume New York.
Yes, that's a good assumption.
What are the other 2 cities?
Los Angeles, and actually the 4th city is still in development, but you can count Philadelphia twice because we're currently working on a revamping of this particular city.
Okay.
Another revamping, but it's actually, because in regards to my approach towards the design of City Spice, I really feel like we're unique that way, where we have two products in one. That is, it's an air freshener mixed in with a keepsake souvenir. So together, that's why we always mention them as scented souvenirs. And that fourth design is actually a revamping of the Philadelphia design. It's going to be a little bit more realistic.
Okay, okay.
People be able to recognize the builders more. So we want the people to recognize and rep their city when they buy our product. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like we've created a lane for ourselves by making these products. And I really feel honored and blessed to be a part of this three-man group. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to do my part as the production manager to always take it another level on each design.
So currently, how many different scents do you have available?
I might let my brother Khalid, if he wants to take over and say that.
Okay. Right now we have about 4 fragrances, one particular for each color. Or
Okay.
as I should say, for each team, you know, because they're made in the actual mindset of our Philadelphia teams, as well as every other city we're going to do. So it's 4 fragrances for Philadelphia, but New York will have 5, being as though it's 5 teams. You know, LA, for example, will have 7 fragrances for 7 teams. So every city will have a different amount of fragrances. So Philadelphia has 4.
Okay. Now, I'm gonna throw y'all a little curveball. I don't know how much thought has gone into this, but to make your product as marketable as possible, have you guys looked into the science behind the scents? And what I mean by that is to make it more marketable to people, for example, that have asthma. Certain toxic scents can activate someone's asthma. So have you looked into making this your scents available to everyone, or is that something that you really can't avoid?
Well, that's something that we collaborate very well with the manufacturer. For one, it's not only the I'm glad you mentioned that, the asthma, the allergens, certain people, they want air fresheners that's biodegradable. This is all issues that our manufacturer is intertwining along with the development of when they make the freshener. You know, once we design it and bring it to them and everything need to get done and they manufacture it, all this is taken into consideration. So sometimes we say less of this, more of that. You know, don't put 2.5, put 1.3 as far as the fragrance amount. And so it's been taken into consideration, but we still developing as we go.
All right, so as of right now, is it allergen friendly, or is you're still in the development stages of that?
Still, I believe we're still in the development phase of that, because I mean, different people they have allergens to different things. So
Right.
generally speaking, I would say we're still in the development phase. It's a lot of trial and error, but we haven't had any complaints, so that's a blessing.
Okay, so currently, how many cities are you selling your product in?
Philadelphia is the only city, due to the legalities of we have trademark and patent rights. So at this moment, Philadelphia is stamped. It's protected. And New York and LA is also protected. So that's the new thing coming off the press. What slows us down, or I wouldn't say slow us down, is making sure our protection is correct as far as the legalities. We have a trademark attorney, so he always advises us on, when to pump our brakes.
Right.
Of course, we would want to market and let everybody know, but sometimes it's not the best time. So Philadelphia, New York, and LA is protected, and we can just distribute anywhere. But Philadelphia is the actual only city that has units. We have further New York and LA units coming soon, like near soon.
Okay. So currently, what are your target areas?
I would say Pennsylvania. And the reason why I say Pennsylvania is because you have a lot of Philadelphia fans, not just in Philadelphia, but also abroad.
Right.
You know, you have the outer skirts of Philadelphia. You have little townships that don't have a sports venue or sports teams. But even before I get to that, let me take a couple steps back. What is City Spice? Now, City Spice is the first souvenir car air freshener. But for those who want more than just a beautiful fragrance, City Spice represents the love, the honor, and fanaticism for these cities, you know? So along with the fragrance, we bring in love.
Okay.
So back to the original question, there are a lot of people that love Philadelphia outside of Philadelphia.
Right.
So it won't be just this 1.5 or 1.6 million population that we are attacking. It will also be the outer skirts of Philadelphia and just Pennsylvania in general, you know, because the concept behind it is the sports theme. So you have Eagles, Sixers, Phillies, Flyers as the theme, but you have fans and fanatics for these sports venues that's further than Philadelphia.
So let me ask you this. And either one of y'all can answer this. You just, brought up a great idea. Is your plan to approach some of these professional sports teams or, other entities to ask them if they can develop an air freshener for their team or for their entity? See, the bells just went off. Look, he like,
Well,
I can tell you froze, so I don't know what he's saying right now. Oh, there he is. There.
Listen, we're gonna let Khaled start it off, and we'll add as he goes along. Go ahead.
Bismillah. Okay, well, first I would say City Spice exists because we found the niche, right? And this niche of fanaticism is very important when you dealing with sports in general. Now, I wouldn't say we approached anyone, but what we did was we're ready to collaborate with other professional venues. For example, it could be the Lincoln Financial, it could be the Wachovia Center, it could be these places where they market our sports teams. Also, not just leaving it to those type of venues. You can deal with the airport and the souvenir shops and things like that as well.
Right.
Anywhere where it's see, you understand it's a two-pronged situation. We dealing with sports and we dealing with souvenirs, right?
Right.
And never before have the two combined until now. So it widens our niche where we found the place where we belong. And as you just mentioned, we're ready to collaborate with a whole lot of different companies and corporations, not particularly air freshener businesses yet. Maybe if we approach with the right deal and we negotiate, fine. But our main purpose behind collaboration is probably those sports stadiums because they promote and they market who we aiming to target towards.
Okay. I'm losing your head a little bit in your photo, but there you go. Go ahead. You wanted to say something, Khalil?
I wanted to add something to that. Yes, just to pick up from where my brother Khaled left off, and the fact that we're in Pennsylvania, we're not just going to leave it to just the professional sports teams that's in the city. We also are going to have that option for collegiate teams eventually as the business starts to grow. As the business starts to grow and we get more revenue in and we'll be able to develop the production a little bit more, we haven't, left off the colleges that are here, whether it be Temple or Penn State or, you name them, all the Villanova, all of the colleges that are here, we also considered that and their sports venue. Right. We had big plans, actually, to interact with not just the sports teams, but the professional sports team, but with the collegiate teams at the beginning of the year. And then COVID-19 kind of came into the picture. So in regards to trying to catch up with the football crowd when it was time for like the tailgate parties, for instance, right, or try to set up somewhere or at a venue, where we could introduce our product and, you know, really reach out to the masses, we kind of had to restructure our thinking. But the goals remain the same, and that is, you know, in each popular city, appeal to each particular team that particular city is fanatical about. And you could go all over the United States, you know, Boston, New York, LA. LA just had 2 teams that won championships. So all of that taken into consideration as we go to each team. We're doing this city by city by city, and we're going to take our time to make sure we do it right. You know, and that, like Khalid said, the protection is important. So we're going at the pace that's conducive for us.
Okay, so are you guys contacting individual stores, or are you actually reaching out to the companies of like Sunoco headquarters, Conoco, or whatever the gas station might be, the Turnpike Commission, or the Turnpike, you know how the Turnpike has the different gas stations, usually Sunoco. Are you reaching out to them, the corporation, or are you basically right now just going to individual gas stations and stores?
At this moment, it's been the local gas stations, local detail shops. Some we familiar with, some we just walk in, introduce the product, and they just like, wow, it's a no-brainer. We'll give it a shot. But I think in the near future, we plan to deal with the corporations, you know, to get more of a wider, broader aspect of it, you know, instead of dealing with that one local branch, it may be dealing with the corporation to give us 10 or 12 different branches.
So
we also have, if I could chime in, we also have a website,
right,
where the products are available.
Okay.
We have some different merchandise that's going to be also added, as you can see, T-shirts, face masks.
Yeah, that shirt is
right.
hot.
Thank you. It's going to be up on the site soon, www.cityspicecode.com. Yeah, that's really right now the hub for the product. You're going to add the link inside the
Yeah, we'll have a link below. All right. So people can order that straight from the website. How many what's your unit production like right now?
What do you mean production like? How many units?
Yeah, I mean, are you still in the basic couple of hundred stages, dozens? How we looking?
We're in the thousands right now as far as purchasing. But see, the unique part about this is we purchase in thousands, but we coupling them up in fours. For example, Philadelphia, we have 4 major sports: Philly, Sixers, Eagles, Flyers. So we couple Philadelphia up in 4 to, you know, kind of send that vibe towards our sports teams, right? And for those fans who love those teams. Now, New York may be a different issue because it's 5, or this particular city may have 6 teams or 7 teams. So we kind of coupling up the units, even though we're buying 2,000 or 3,000, they still going to be bundle packages.
Yeah, actually, New York has more than 5. New York, you got to remember, you got the Giants, the Jets, Buffalo Bills, you got the Yankees, the Mets, you got the Islanders, the Rangers.
Let me answer that, Tyler. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Umar. You're absolutely right. So let me be more specific. There's 5 fresheners, right?
Mm-hmm.
But okay, so I'm a native New Yorker. I've lived in Philly since 1996, but I'm from New York, so I'm very familiar with the New York teams. And you're right, there's more than 5 teams, but there's 5 fresheners because it just so happens that blue and red represent 2 teams, and that's the New York Giants and then the New York Rangers. So we also have a orange and like a royal blue, and that represents 3 teams in New York, and that's the New York Mets, the New York Knicks, and the New York Islanders. The ones that knocked off Philly in the playoffs.
Right.
So, that's people remember them for that reason. So to make that a correction, that it's going to be 5 individual fresheners for New York, but we've got individual symbols. Like if you look close, that symbol obviously is the football.
The green for the Eagles. Right.
Right. So on the New York design, which people will see soon, we're going to post it soon, inshallah. So the design for New York is going to have 3 of these emblems, 3 different sport emblems to indicate what sports they are without actually saying the sport team's name. So legally, we are good flying under the radar that way.
I got you. Well,
Yeah.
hopefully the teams will pick it up and allow you to actually put their logos onto your product line.
In general, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I just wanted to just make the general statement and say that City Spice our aim is to bring value to the common air freshener. Because people, they don't think much of their car air freshener, because it's trivial to them. They just put it up. Yeah, my air smells nice. No, we want to bring value to the car air freshener, and that is not just because we're making it a scented souvenir, but we're resonating and advocating a positive message of love your city and love yourself, and trying to spread the love through the city. This year has been a tumultuous year of just, between COVID and, the George Floyd killing and the riots and everything, and the amount of the crime rate in Philadelphia and other major cities. We're trying to, city by city, try to push this message and let it resonate throughout each city when we represent their city. When the same thing's going to be for when we go to New York and also from Los Angeles.
Right.
So we're trying to take over the whole nation that way.
Khalid, you wanted to say something?
Well, just hearing my brother, even though I'm the founder and I'm the CEO, I'm still a fan. So it wasn't really I wanted to say anything. I was just excited hearing the whole purpose. This is a movement, and it's backed by a product. It's sort of like we come in the door through air fresheners and fragrances, but it has a bigger purpose, bigger message, And speaking on the value of the product itself, he has a good point. I like to consider us like the Starbucks of coffee. I remember it was a time when coffee was $1 or $2 a cup, but now you got $10 cups. So This is how I like to look at City Spice, as adding value to the air freshener industry, and we're willing and open to collaborate with major companies as well, and not to get off the point of spreading this message, because the message of love, a lot of us don't understand how it's being misunderstood. It's love out here. It's being distributed, but I think it's distributed to the wrong people, places, and things. So one thing we have in common, we all love sports. You may love you may find people from different ethnic backgrounds, race, and religion, but they all agree that they love or hate the Eagles. So in saying that, it's like it's a big purpose and a big message inside of City Spice, other than making your car smell good.
Right. Ronell.
Yes.
Obviously, he's showing the air fresheners that's going to hang on the mirror, or like I see on your handle in the background.
Yes.
Are y'all making the ones for the vents?
The vents.
Yeah, the vents.
We have some prototypes. We also have some other designs that's very, very special.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Or, very, very special.
Oh, you're talking about for the room.
Well, it's going to be a 2-piece situation. Hopefully, and then when we continue to keep working with our manufacturer, you'll be able to hang it, plug it, stand it up, whatever you want to do with it. So yeah.
All right, y'all got me a little excited. I didn't get my Hey, listen, I didn't have $10 on me. Huh?
Are you a fan?
Hey,
He
bro,
said just a little.
I'm a fan of anybody trying to do positive things, and you know, especially people I know. You know, I'm always going to support. You know what I'm saying?
That's
You know,
what's up.
I ain't never been a hater. That's for sure. You know,
That's good.
I want to see everybody succeed. So obviously, I'm a fan. I just didn't have the $10 on me when you were selling the joints. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I could have cash apped you, but you ain't
We
have
got,
cash. You wasn't taking the payments like that. So
listen, we got websites even if you miss us. So it's cool. You're gonna eventually run into us. If it ain't me, it will be Khalid. If it's not Khalid, it's gonna be Musa.
I might
AKA
Y'all can also follow us on Instagram if you able to put our Instagrams at along.
all your contact, all your contact. So yeah, I understand that y'all is in development stage for a lot of things, and but it sounds good, man. I'm excited for you. Like I said, I ain't never been a hater. I'm y'all helping me. You know what I mean? But I'm about helping each and every person. But the main thing is that we do support one another in our endeavors, so we can help one another be successful, because our success is the community's success. You know, the community for which we live in. And a lot of people don't see it like that. They just see it as it's about me, me, me. But I ain't never seen it like that. So hopefully y'all are successful. I'm trying to do my part. Maybe shoot y'all some ideas or whatever the case may be. I hope y'all go international with this thing, because you know they sell air fresheners everywhere.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
You know what I mean? Reach for the globe and get half of it, you know? So the potential is there. You just, you know, if the marketing is right, and I mean stuff like that, they, you know, I know overseas they love everything American. So I definitely want y'all to be successful. So is there anything that y'all wanted to talk about individually that we may have not, questioned you about? Anything that y'all wanted to talk about?
Well, I'm gonna just kind of echo what you were saying in regards to, you would like to see us succeed and go international, and it's a process, and we realize the type of product that we have, and I really feel like we're in a lane by ourselves with this product, so we want to make sure we make the right moves. But I honestly see this company going far, because City Spice itself is a brand name. So who's to say, we won't have other products other than car air fresheners? You understand what I'm saying? We have the little marketing things like the red T-shirt that my brother, Mr. Montgomery, has on, and that face mask that my brother.
Pull a mask up so we can get a clear view of it.
That right there, that's like a
photo.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
That was freshly made today, Umar. So the marketing opportunities to me is endless. As their production and as the production and design manager of City Spice, I want to always have my gears turning to try to give fresh ideas. And eventually what we want to do is make this company grow so big, is where we provide job opportunities to other people that's on the same page as us. They have good ethical, moral fiber like we try to do and have, and run a business like no one else has ever seen. Like, not just, like I said, it's not going to just be exclusively car air fresheners. Who's to say? Candles, just beyond candles and incense,
right,
and aerosol sprays. It could be a lot of different things.
Right.
Man, we have an idea for design for that air vent that's going to blow a lot of people away, and we're going to definitely keep that on the wraps. We can get that into production, but in the meantime,
I'm waiting for mine.
Dealing with these air fresheners. Huh?
I'm waiting for mine. My vent air freshener.
Of course you are.
Yes.
Hey, look, when the time's right, God willing, inshallah. So, so I'm saying all of that to say, we look at City Spice bigger than what it seems to be in front of people, what people see. It's much more than an air freshener company. Like Khalid said, it's a movement. It's a movement. And
turn your video off and turn it back on, Khalil.
Each and individual.
You
Right?
froze
Turn
up,
mine's
man.
on or off.
Turn it off and then turn it back on.
And
There you
I would
go.
like to
Hey,
chime
peace.
in if he allow me.
Yeah. Let me finish up real quick, and I'm gonna let you go, Musa. So what I'm saying was, I was saying is that in each individual air freshener for every city, the one thing it has in common is not just our name, but the heart. So we definitely want that message to resonate, not just nationwide, but eventually globally. And we want it, like I said, to be much more bigger than an air freshener company, man. We want to leave legacies for our family with this thing. So we're putting our heart, sweat, tears, all that into this as we go forward. We were very ambitious with it. Go ahead, Musa, what you was trying to say.
That was Khalid.
Oh yeah, well,
No, I thought you.
well, just adding on to what you already mentioned. I mean, success is measured different by the people. You know, everybody don't consider success the same way. But as far as our mission statement and our goal, it is to collaborate with other companies that can help us with spreading this message. You know, we can sell fragrances anywhere, but what's along with this City Spice and these air fresheners is we call into something, and not only are we mentioning it, we're showing it. You know, we all men of the community. You know, we all stick together upon goodness and help each other, families, and we see each other in and out of the communities. And this is very important because how you market the product is more important than the product itself. So we are City Spice, not just like we built something and we selling it. Ronell, Khalil, we are the living example of what we want to call to. And what we did is we chose an air freshener to do the job as far as sales, you know.
Okay.
But even yourself, you dropped a heavy gem on us last time we spoke, and it resonated, and I've been mentioning it ever since, like it was my statement, right? I took a page out your book, and you said, aim globally and you'll get international.
Right.
And that was heavy because, you know, we all know we have to crawl before we walk, but how we market this is going to be important, more important than the product itself. So we definitely will need your assistance whenever you're available.
I'll help out as any way that I can. You know, I have some contacts in different countries, you know, and I try to maintain those relationships, you know. So, and people always asking me about business ideas from over the water, you know what I mean? So this could be a collaborative idea for them as well as yourselves. Real quick, the merchandise you have on, what's the retail price of that? I know the packs is $10. What about the shirt and the mask?
Okay, well, the shirts are 20 a piece, 2 for $35, and they coming in long sleeve, coming in hoodies. You know, the mask we haven't yet put a price on. It's more so for marketing purposes to get a visual on, you know, put our hand on it and get people to see it and maybe make requests. Then we'll think about the retailing for the mask. But right now it's actually the air fresheners, the clothing. You know, got Skelly's hats coming soon.
All right, I definitely want to get a hoodie and a shirt and possibly a mask as well, along with the air fresheners for myself. All
Great.
right, and lastly, as y'all stated, y'all all from the city of Philadelphia, except from Khalil, but he's been here, you know, 20 years plus. What type of message can you give to the youth out there, man, that's tearing up our city, man, and you know, maybe a type of mentorship message, gripping some of these guys up, not, metaphorically speaking, because you ain't gripping nobody up these days, like back in the day. But what type of message you think advice you can give to them, man, that they can do something better than what they're doing out there? You guys, some of you come from rougher backgrounds than others. What type of message can you give them? And all of y'all take turns and give them a message.
Okay. First and foremost, I'm gonna start it off. Me and Musa, my brother Ronell, been in the behavioral health field for some time now. I've been working at a group home for about 7 years, and Musa 10, 11 years. And we seeing that a lot of the youth coming in with the same sort of problems, right? Now, it's the list goes on and on, but I'm gonna speak on one issue. A lot of these youth, they are looking for guidance, they are looking for counseling, they are looking for somebody to look up to. But when they go outside on a block, the only ones they seeing is the ones doing it illegal. So I don't condone this, but I do understand if your mom can't afford them Jordans, and you go out here and see the guy wearing the gold, wearing the clothes, pushing the bins, but he's doing it illegally. It's like nowadays, what a lot of people don't understand, that what's going on is a culture, and a culture spreads fast. So we may say, put down the drugs, put down the dope, but it became a culture for so many years. The kids are being raised on it. So me and my two brothers, we want to eradicate that culture and let the young boys know you can make it legal. You can have a Mercedes legal. You can have a BMW legal, because believe it or not, Umar, a lot of them have financial issues. You selling drugs because you need finances. You trying to rob somebody, you need finances. A lot of it is money, and they don't have the guidance on how to get it. They actually have the opposite of a guy my age or your age that are pushing to do the negative.
Right.
So what they really need is to see more influence until it become a culture. I'm not saying this is the answer, but what I would like to do is let them see the influence on me, that it could be done legally. It could be done with Islam or whatever you believe in, and show the culture, show the example of it until they pick on, because it's not too many people of today's youth that's going to go against the grain when they see that whole culture moving a certain way. But rather, the culture right now is ignorance and disobedience, and that's the problem. One of them.
Yeah.
Well, to add on to that, I just feel as though that a lot of these young women, they only know how to express one particular emotion, anger.
Right.
There's other emotions within you that you don't really know how to express it. Every time you have it, if the only tool you have is a hammer, everything looks like a nail.
Right.
Learn how to be more in tune with your other emotions, love and compassion and things of this nature. And like my brother was saying, if we display these things, this is why City Spice, you see the heart right there. This is about love. This is about, you need a hug, I give you a hug. Take this fragrance with you as well.
Right. Khalil?
Yes. So I had some also experience with the youth, counseling youth, when I used to work at Vision Quest. And in regards to the youth,
I was there before you.
Yeah, you was telling me, that they had a very unique way of how they dealt with counseling the youth through some Indian spiritual type of format they had. But more so than that, in regards to us, we have to provide examples for them. They have to see it. It has to be tangible for them, first of all, to see positive examples at work. And we have to encourage these youth to appeal to their skill set. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of them, they might be scribbling in a book, and you look at their book like, yo, man, look, you can draw. They might have been drawing something in the room. So somebody has to be there to encourage them to let them know that sky's the limit. Yo, listen, your skill, if you're able to go to a school and have professors and teach you how to hone that skill, because I went to Savannah College of Art and Design, you know what I'm saying? So I felt like that helped me really take my skills to another level in regards to what field I wanted to do. So back to what we said about the children, all they need is positive reinforcement, something they could see. So with that being said, like, it's just another incentive for City Spice that we be passionate about letting it succeed. Because if the revenues are there, who knows, be a City Spice rec center. Like, you know what I'm saying? It has to be, we have to appeal to those people like the councilmen to try to have more community centers for youth, boxing, whatever their skills is. They nice with their hands, guide them in the direction of boxing. If they drawing, it's drawing. It might be dancing for some. Shoot, a lot of them it'd be rap. It's all right to be, if you got skills, we want to put it in that positive direction and let them know they don't have to resort to selling illegal product on the block, because that goes on a whole down ugly path where they may not even survive, the next day, much less the next year. And this all connected in regards to the positive message that City Spice wants to send, and that is, love yourself first, then love others, and love your city. Rep your city by being upright and doing the right thing. If you got skills, bro, don't resort to, don't be that evil statistic that's out there on the streets of so many people killing each other for no reasons, and it gets so reckless that they're shooting and the bullets are hitting the stray bullets are hitting innocent people that have nothing to do with that madness they're doing. So we gotta do what we can to help the youth that way, and that's my opinion.
Well, I'm gonna just not correct you, but change one thing that you stated about the city councilmen and stuff. We can't wait on politicians. We can't wait on politicians.
Right.
Because you have to understand how politics work. Politicians, right, in general, they work for groups of people. You know what I'm saying? They don't work for specific individuals. You got to belong to a group, whether it's a church, synagogue, masjid, this company over here, this company over here. They work for corporate, just like big government works for corporations. You know what I'm saying? So local governments, even though they may implement laws or statutes or whatever the situation may be for the city and individuals, they move for groups. They don't move for individuals. So we can't wait on them. We have to do it ourselves.
Right.
We have to get together, whether it's 2 and 3 kids, and then that turns into 6, 9, 10 kids. You know what I mean? In the last week or two, I've seen, and not all of them have been youth, but I got the Citizen app on my phone, and I'm looking at all this crime, murder, robbery, and you don't hear about all this stuff in the news, man. But it's crazy. I'm at my daughter's house in Southwest Philly the other day. And I suffer from PTSD. I hear gunshots. My granddaughter said, that's fireworks. I said, no, baby, that's gunshots. I'm not even moving because, it's just unfortunately, it's a regular occurrence. You know what I mean? And then on the Citizen app, you find out somebody got shot, but they not there no more, but they found the blood. You know what I'm saying? So the police probably, canvassed the local hospitals to find out who got shot. But it's the unfortunate, as this movement goes across America with gentrification, the crime is only going to get worse because people are getting squeezed out of their old dilapidated environments into, and those environments are being brought up to higher level rents or housing purchases and stuff like that. So they getting squeezed closer and closer together. So on top of the fact that people are already crazy with the drugs and this, that, and the other. You know what I'm saying? So we have to do it as individuals. We can't wait for the politicians. The politicians, they're not working for us. I mean, like I said, gentrification is a problem all across America. It's not unintentional. I mean, if people don't open their eyes and see what's going on, they can sleep past, till they dead. But y'all gotta understand, on a local level, on a national level, that is what's going on. It's not a mistake. It's not an occurrence that just is happenstance. You know what I mean? It's a plan. So we got a plan. We have to start with the grassroots. We gotta snap. Yo, come on, let's go through the football, or let's get together. Let's go have a meal. You know what I mean? It ain't gotta be an everyday thing, but we gotta be an outlet for these kids, man, to see better profiles. Better men, better women. Because the girls, they killing girls like it's, crazy too. So hopefully, like I said, I want y'all to be successful so that it free up your time to do more for the community. Make sure I get some of that merchandise. And anything y'all want to say before we sign off?
Well, just City Spice, we come into your city. Follow the movement. Love your city because we love you. It's very simple. The message is simple. And that's pretty much about it. We're going to put our trust in our Lord Most High, and we're going to put our best foot forward and try to make this the most appealing, positive product that people has ever seen on the planet Earth.
Brother Ronell?
Just want to say, for those who get the opportunity to see this interview, that love is love. And hit the website, man.
Hit the website.
You know what I'm saying? You gonna see us out here with the merchandise on. You gonna see other people. It's a movement. Love it.
Losing your signal there.
I'm going out.
Yeah.
I can see you, but your voice is... Call it.
They can think they're mobbing the hippies if they want.
You're losing your voice too, Khalil.
Oh, my bad.
I mean, I would just like to close and say that, just support the movement, and not just City Spice, other brothers with the same goal and ambition and the same mission, because, our children got to play together. So, it's not just about you supporting my business now, because, my son and my daughter got to play out in the streets with your kids, and I don't want your kid killing mine or vice versa,
Absolutely.
So, like you just said, Umar, it's bigger than politicians. It's actually bigger than us. But I'm very big on this influence thing, because sad to say that the crime and the negativity has become a culture, and we both know what culture means. So it's time to change that culture. I remember hearing stories from my father on how their culture was, and now we have our situation going on. And what's happening is the times has changed. The influence has changed. The people has changed, So hopefully we can bring that back to how it used to be. Not saying the good old days and all that, but I got traits of my parents and me and you as well, and Ronell and Khalil, and it's some good folks out here that we can still show the influence to the youth, and they don't have to say, I want to be like this guy who's doing negative.
Right.
I want to be like this guy also. He's doing something positive. He's still thorough. He's cool. He ain't hanging on the block. He's making good money, and he can teach me something. So I think that the more we become the influence, they'll follow us. You can't make somebody follow you.
Right.
But once they see the example, the same way they see the example of an athlete, LeBron, or a rapper, they can see us and say, I want to be like him, even if they don't tell you. So I'm big on the influence thing, and you know, perfecting your own character, being a good father or husband and a good family member, and then you walk it outside in the community and you open your business, you start your business, and you know, a good word to Umar, you helped me on plenty of occasions in my house. You know, you might have said something that made me go home and reflect and apologize to my wife or something, you know. So it's like, you know, even you, I don't know if you still do it, you was in a particular field where you was dealing with probation and yada yada, you know.
Yeah, I retired from that.
Wow. Okay. But being around you, I would have my sons with me sometime, and I would say, you don't want to go to his job. You don't want to see Umar at his job, meaning you don't want to be on probation one day. So the influence is big, man. I appreciate the influence from you.
I appreciate you. I appreciate all of y'all. And
Appreciate you too, bro.
You know, I got love for y'all. As I stated, I want y'all all to be successful. Keep going the way y'all going. Hopefully we'll continue to see y'all grow. I appreciate everybody out there who's watched this episode of the Philly Old Head Review. Before we get too emotional on this thing, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Until next time, this is Philly Old Head Review, signing off.